So, when should you work out? Morning? Evening? It's probably one of the biggest debates in fitness, especially if weight loss is your goal. Well, today we're going to dig into the science, and I have a feeling the answer is going to surprise you.
All right, let's frame it like this. The ultimate fitness showdown. In one corner, the morning lark, up at the crack of dawn. In the other, the night owl, hitting their stride after the sun goes down. We're always told one has an edge for losing weight, but what does the research actually say? Let's find out.
Okay, before we dive in, we have to get on the same page about one key concept, your chronotype. You probably just call it being a morning person or a night owl, but this isn't just a preference, you know? It's your body's built-in hardwired clock, and it runs the whole show, your hormones, your energy, and yeah, even your metabolism.
So, let's start our investigation with the early birds. There's a really powerful case to be made for getting your workout done in the morning, and it's backed by some seriously compelling studies.
Wow. I mean, what's really striking here is just how big the difference is in some of these numbers. Just look at that first study. In a really well-controlled 10-month trial, the morning crew lost 7.2% of their body weight. The evening group, just 2.1%. That's a huge deal. We're talking more than triple the weight loss. And as you can see, it's not a one-off finding. Other studies point in the very same direction.
And this isn't just in small trials either. A massive study looking at women's health found this incredible link. The women who got most of their physical activity done before noon had 26% lower odds of having obesity. So, case closed, right? Morning exercise for the win?
Well, hold on a second. Not so fast. Because there's a growing pile of evidence that suggests the night owls, they have some unique advantages of their own.
It turns out this isn't just a simple story of one time being better. The research suggests it might be more about what you're trying to accomplish. So while those morning workouts seem to be great for overall weight loss and just building a solid routine, evening exercise seems to shine in other really critical areas, especially when it comes to metabolic health.
And this is a potential game changer. A recent study, a big one, in the journal Obesity, honed in specifically on blood sugar, which, as you know, is a massive factor in things like type 2 diabetes. And their finding was totally clear. When it comes to getting better daily glucose control, evening exercise was the hands-down win.
This chart just makes it so obvious. The study tracked people and found that the ones who got more than half of their physical activity in during the evening, well, they saw the biggest improvement in their blood glucose levels all day and all night. It really blew the effects of morning or afternoon workouts out of the water.
Okay, so now we have a real conflict. Morning seems better for dropping pounds, but evening is the king of blood sugar. How do we figure this out? Well, luckily for us, a major NIH-funded study decided to settle this exact question inside a real-world, top-tier weight loss program.
First things first, let's just establish that the program itself really worked. I mean, it really worked. Over 16 weeks, the 321 people in the study lost, on average, over 6% of their starting body weight. That is what doctors call a clinically meaningful amount of weight loss. So the program was a success.
Which brings us to the million-dollar question. Inside this very successful program, could you predict who would lose the most weight just by knowing if they were a morning person or an evening person? Would the morning larks crush the night owls like some of that earlier evidence suggested?
And here it is, the big, surprising twist. The study found that a person's chronotype made absolutely no significant difference in how much weight they lost. Morning people and evening people, they were equally successful.
So, what on earth is going on here? If it's not when you exercise that's the deciding factor for weight loss, then what is the secret? Well, the study's conclusion points to something much simpler and honestly a lot more powerful.
Okay, so here's the crucial part. The things that actually predicted success had nothing to do with the clock. It was all about adherence and consistency. The people who lost the most weight were simply the ones who consistently stuck to their calorie budget and consistently hit their exercise targets for the week, no matter what time of day they did it.
And look, don't just take my word for it. This quote from a study's conclusion really says it all. Basically, a good, structured weight loss program can work for anyone. It can help people achieve success whether they're an early bird or a night owl. Full stop.
So let's bring this all home. What's the final takeaway for you? Well, it really depends on your priorities. If you're laser-focused on managing your blood sugar, yeah, that evening workout might give you a little extra benefit. If you're someone who struggles to build a habit, a lot of people find that getting it done first thing in the morning just works before life gets in the way. But for the main goal of just plain old weight loss, the science is clear. The best time to exercise is anytime you will actually do it day in and day out.
So ultimately, I think this whole thing forces us to ask a different question. We spend so much time and energy trying to find the optimal strategy, the perfect hack, but maybe the real key isn't about hacking our body clock at all. Maybe it's just about finding a rhythm that fits your life. So instead of asking what time is best, maybe the real question is, what time is best for you?